All right, sir. So good evening, everyone. So welcome to NextGen IT Courses. Today we have session for CCNA CCNP Enterprise combo. How you can become the network engineer after learning CCNA CCNP. And we have our trainer also with us. Hi, Mr. Vivek. How are you, sir?
I am good. What about you?
Yes, all good,
So,
sir.
hi everyone. Um, so I don't see any interaction coming. What happened? Everyone is so quiet. Is it that they're nervous or what?
No, actually,
Hello?
this is the first day now. Uh, they are just here to check the quality and everything. I hope so.
Yeah, sure, no worries. So, myself Vivek, and let me just introduce myself and my background on what we're going to do and what are we trying to achieve with this course and what all things we're going to do in this curriculum. So basically, my name is Vivek, and I have around 10 years of experience in this domain. And I'm associated with Cisco, currently working in the tax side, and overall 10 plus years experience in this domain, and currently employed as well in Cisco. So, just to begin with, so anyone, any idea as who have worked, who is currently working, or how many of you guys are just a freshers and just trying to begin the career path? Can you just raise your hands or just let me know? Hello.
Yes, guys, you can introduce
I,
yourself or like you can interact with the sir, please.
Yeah. I mean,
I,
you can be very frank. There is no nothing as well. Sir and all is not required. You can just have a casual conversation. We're just trying to trying to bring in our technical knowledge, and we're trying to expert. We are just upscaling ourselves, right? It's okay. So let's just begin with basic things, and then let's start with the introduction part. So okay, I'll just call each one of you guys. Just have a small introduction so that um, based on that we can start again. So we have Basavantraya. I hope I'm just saying it right way.
yes, sir.
Hey,
Fine.
Basava,
Good evening.
how are you?
Yeah, yeah, fine, sir.
Uh,
Good evening.
so is this a fresher or you're a fresher in this?
No, I'm working, sir. Currently, I'm working as a IT support engineer.
Oh, where exactly you're working?
Yeah, I'm working in Bangalore.
I'm sorry. A bit
Bangalore,
loud,
Bangalore,
please.
sir.
Bangalore. Oh, okay. Which company?
Mm. This is a manufacturing company. This is Unitherm Insurance Limited.
Okay,
Okay.
okay.
Only I'm
Right.
supporting only desktop support. So my career purpose, I'm joining this CCNP.
Okay, cool. So you are into
Mm.
desktop support engineer. Very wonderful. Even I also
Yeah.
began my career as a desktop support engineer, and then
Yes, sir.
from there it was from there it is all started. Okay, thanks,
Yes,
Basava.
sir. Thank you,
Okay,
sir.
so next we have Abdo. Just correct me if I'm no, misspelling. I'm not saying the right way. Just do correct me. I'm happy to have myself corrected and that aspect as well. So hey Abdo, how are you? Hello, Abdo, can you hear me? Yeah, looks like no worries. I hope he's hearing us. Okay, so let's go with next person. We have Shan here. Hey Shan, can you hear me? Okay, no problem. Next
I think
person
they
we
are
have.
feeling like shy a little bit. No worries. We
Yeah,
can,
no problem.
start with the introduction and we can, continue with the course content. If anyone is interested, they can, like introduce themselves.
Yeah. I mean, that's we are in the IT industry. We should be able to speak up, right? So that's what it's very much important. That's why I thought to have this. Anyways, no problem. If anybody is interested, you can come up and introduce, or else I'll just start with the curriculum that we have. Okay, right. So, hi Rajan, do you want to introduce yourself? Okay, no worries. Right. So, anyways, we are in the CCNS session now. So, everyone knows like CCN is the basic foundation for our networking domain. As Basava said, he is ideally desktop support engineer. So, for each and every IT profession you are into, whether it's a desktop support, networking, in the future we'll go for a storage support team. The foundation is CCNA. You need to have this base, you know, for each and everything. You need to know IPs, what is IPs, what are subnets, and how the routing is happening. The basic foundation knowledge has to be there so that when you switch to other domains, this remains there, and from there on you build your technical expertise from there, right? So uh, the way we are going to train on the CCNA session is ideally we'll focus on the core part, how things are working, and how what all things happens in the background. So the reason why I'm focusing on this part is like most of the candidates who come and interview, right? So they kind of they know certain stuff, but when the interviewer is trying to answer them, they just kind of get fumble here and there, and then they're not able to. They know the answer, but they just get quite confused, and they they know the right answer, but they say the wrong answer. So just to avoid that, we learn each and everything in a core way, and this will give us much more confidence. So ultimately, when you are enrolling on a CCNA course, the intent is to get a proper job, on that profile, or I'll excel in that specific domain. If you don't have that basic correct, and you don't have that knowledge, and you go to an interview, you are not able to you know co- cope up with them, and you miss out certain opportunities which you could secure it. So I personally have felt that situation before enrolling into Cisco. I mean, I was not that prepared, and then I got no, I was not able to initially. I was not able to crack it. And then I had to prepare myself, dig in deep. Then I was able to get into Cisco. So that was my experience personally. So back then, what I felt was I didn't have that knowledge, or I mean, even if I tried to, I was not able to get that proper information. So here in NextGen, the curriculum is built in such a way that you will learn each and everything on the base. We'll then dig in deep towards how things are working. We'll dig in deeper on that. We'll know how the interview perspective, how the questions are coming, how they are asking, how you need to answer those questions. Those things we'll be focusing. And so once you have done, we'll also see how on the live environment, how are you working on the live, when you're working on the live environment, what are things you need to take care of, and how you want to be safe when you're implementing certain things. So the issue is that when you're working on any of the live environment, and basically you might not be aware, and you ended up in a trouble situation. So we'll focus on all this aspect. So when by the end you're completing CCNA course, you should be a person that most of the things are the layer 1 or layer 2 level. Okay, you should be able to crack interviews. That's the whole goal that we have. Okay, now in conclusion to this, in to this, as a CCNA train, when you complete this, when you go to a market for an interview, let alone CCNA will not help you to crack those interviews, because the entire in the 10 years back, if you had knowledge on routing and switching is more than sufficient, so you will be able to crack the interview, right? And now the expectancy is that the candidate who is coming into a company for a job, he or she should have knowledge on certain other aspects as well. So either you should be good in routing and switching, and you should be having an advanced level, that is CCNP level advancement should be there. And on top of it, you should also be having knowledge on other vendors, like if it is firewall, you should have knowledge on other segment of firewall. You should have knowledge on AWS. You should have knowledge on SD-WAN. So it's been quite challenging. Like you need to learn all these things. So it is always better that you opt for some other, aspect of it down the time, so that you can improve your skill set. And then you are in a situation that at least, I mean, interview is tough in any ways. At least when you attend the interview, you feel confident. Okay, when you're speaking it, there is a certain aspect of it when you're clearing the interviews, but at least a technical aspect of it, you should be able to present yourself in a way that you're confident. And the other, at least you get clear the technical aspect of it, and also your personal growth on the career perspective as well. So these are the ideal things that we need to look into it. So how we do it, we need to focus on our base, and other technologies we need to look into it. Okay, so as said, um, we'll start with the basic, CCNA, um, basic things. We'll not dig in deep today. We'll have some basic level of things on the learning aspect, and then from there on we'll build it up. Okay, Sachin. So I think the introduction part, this should be more than sufficient on what we're going to achieve for this this one. And slowly we'll just start with the session. Sounds good, Sachin?
Yeah, definitely, sir.
Guys, any questions? If you have any doubts, please feel free to reach out to me. The entire session is been planned in a way that in a 1 hour session, let's have a total technical session on 40 minutes, and less 10-20 minutes we can focus on the doubts and clearing and those kind of stuff, right? So the reason why I'm doing that is like, first 40 minutes you will be able to listen what I'm trying to say. Now the next 20 minutes, 10-20 minutes we can focus on the doubt clearing. So because in between, if we say certain things, we'll lag a bit. So just to have it in a much better place, that's the reason. And also, any doubts, just ping me in the message. Okay, if I'll try to resolve all your queries within the time that we have. If not, I'll take a note of that. Next day we can have a quick discussion and then start off the call, right? So, and if I miss it out, do remind me, and we can have that session again. So not an issue. All right. So let's start with today's session. So in our curriculum, right? So we have certain basic fundamentals that we are currently looking. So as said, like basic thing, what is networking, and what all the aspects of networking that we are using currently, you know. So all this will cover. So before that, any questions? Anybody, feel free to ask any questions. I'll give it a minute. If you have any questions, let me know.
Yeah,
Okay.
can you show me the full screen of the PPT?
Yeah, this is not the PPT. This is just a
Yeah,
introductory part. Um,
okay.
are you not able to see my course curriculum? No.
Only the small screen is showing here. VAK is separate is there.
What about now? Is it visible now?
Yes,
Not
it's
visible, sir.
visible, but the split screen is, showing like the curriculum is very small.
Ah,
Oh, is it? Is it? Okay, 1 minute, 1 minute. I'll fix it up. 1 second. Maybe it split screen, so that could be the reason.
yes, now
Okay.
your profile is showing here.
Yeah, okay, 1 second. Let me just sort this one. Let me know if you're able to see my screen, okay? Able to see my screen now? Is it good?
Again, it's same, sir, I think.
S- What about now? Just enlarge it.
No, sir. Actually, what happened now? Your screen is showing two profiles. One is VAK profiles, one is screen.
Oh, okay. Layout.
I have
What
shared
about now?
screenshot. Yeah,
No,
now it's
no,
fine.
no.
Okay, the layout was different. That's the reason. Okay, cool. No worries. Okay, now it's good, right?
Yes, good.
Yep.
Okay, right. So let's start. So as said, so we'll begin with our foundational perspective. That is basic things. That is what is networking, what is LAN, what is WAN, and those kind of terminologies, and what all the various other things that build all this together. So we have routers, layer twos, and also we'll step by step we'll start with all these things. So initially we'll focus on what we have for today is the what is networking. So in the class, so first 2 3 class I'll be preferring have a broader conversation to and fro conversation, and later down the time when we are in more diving towards the technical aspect, then we can split the way that I said previously, right? So okay, so what do you mean by networking in a sense? So who are already working or who have any idea, just let me know what do you mean by networking. So any idea, just give a brief, any just thing what you feel like what should be networking in a sense. Any, I mean, any example is fine. Anyone can come up and speak now. No, Basava, since you're already working, I'll be expecting your participation here. So Basava, what from your perspective, what is
Yes.
networking?
And networking means it is a communication purpose we are using. Uh,
Right.
Communication is there.
Communication. Okay.
Oh, network communications. My thinking.
Okay.
Correct.
So communications. Right. So as said, communication. So what we are doing with networking is we two different people located to different places. We are trying to bring these people together with the help of our
Yes.
networking. Right. So let's say people who is sitting in US, and Basava is sitting in Bangalore. Both of them are able to speak because of the foundation that we have is networking. So with respect to networking, there are other sets as well, right? So if you are sitting in the same environment, so me and Basava in the same office, right? And we are communicating, we are having a WebEx chat. Uh, I'm asking certain questions, Basava is giving me certain answers. So we are in the same small a small office area. We're sitting in just in some other building, maybe in the same building, in the same environment. So we are close to each other. So in that kind of networking, we call it as LAN cell, local area network. Okay. So local area network ideally means that it is not in a two different prolonged geography. You are not in two different locations. You're not in two different, what you say, two different building. You're basically present next to each other and you're communicating. That becomes locally network, right? So let's assume if I need to talk to a person who is present in different building, right? So any idea which network it will come in? Anyone in the class? What do you think? Is it WAN? It is a man?
When when
Are you sure? It is man for two different
when
buildings.
man sir. Mm,
Man,
mm.
are you sure? Two different building. Probably I'll call it as campus internet, you know, because you're in the same enterprise. You're sitting some other location in the building. You're another person in some other building. You're in the campus internet. Okay. Now let's think a big, uh, just a top of it. Now you are in different location. You are in Delhi and I'm in Bangalore, right? So you are in man network, right? Now when the geographical location extends and you two different region, let's say US and India, then becomes WAN. So these are the things, basically, these are the terminologies that we have in network. And there is one more, that is storage area network, that is completely, present within an environment of a campus, wherein all your storage devices, your all VM devices. So if you're aware of VM, any idea who is anyone knows what is VM? What is VM? Any idea?
Yeah, VM is a virtual machine where we can run any of the operating system, like Windows
Right.
and any other operating system we can run. Either
Correct.
it could be a Linux.
Yeah. Thanks, Rahul. Yeah. So likewise, in our networking environment, the storage is where you have all these devices, running on VM, and um, your all the data, all your campus, all your enterprise level data is fed into specific storage. That's what storage area network means. So all your company's database and everything is stored in the specific location. And all your details, whatever it is, company specific or any specific database that you have. So ideally, when we say storage, every company has a storage. So ideally, most of the time, what will happen is, so let's say if it's a big company like Google, YouTube, Google and YouTube, so where they have this n number of things that is um, live streaming, and you need to keep all this in a certain place, right? So that's when the storage comes in. The storage is where all your videos, photos, database, and everything is stored. Now on top of it, uh, so in if it is including Facebook and Instagram, so they have all this facility. Now if it is for let's say for Cisco also has, or any other HP, like any other company, they also have their own company specific storage devices where they are keeping all track of all their business oriented data, which is completely secured, right? So these are all present in the storage area network. Now, just to give, I'll just use one paint. So it will give what I'm trying to say. Just open paint, give you a brief of what. So it's a rough diagram I'm showing here. We have we have a nice person sitting here, one person is sitting here, right? It's communicating. So as I was saying regarding campus network and everything, right? So a person who is sorry. So a person who is sitting in this building, right? That is campus one, and another person who is sitting in this place. So person A is trying to communicate with person B. As said, I just gave an example, right? So this becomes a campus network. I'm sorry, this is a local area network, because all this person A is trying to communicate with person B within the same campus environment. So that becomes local area network. When a person, this person is trying to communicate with this person in campus too, that becomes a campus network, right? So campus area network is this one. I'm just giving an a pictorial how it is, so just things get in your head, right? So if let's suppose we have this person who is trying to communicate with some other person in two different locations, as I mentioned, if it is Delhi or in Bangalore, that becomes wide area network. Okay. Now, if there's a two different geographical location on, let's say, US or Bangalore, then it becomes wide area network. The previous one, if it is a two different cities, it is MAN, metropolitan area network, and the other one, if two different geographical location altogether, that is wide area network. So these are simple terminologies. Probably if you had done PE in computer science, these are certain things that's already present. So just giving a highlight of how things are. So storage, as said, in every campus environment, we know, there will be having there are certain layers, if you're already aware, right? We have first, so we have certain devices we call as routers, we have switches, and then we have servers stored where all this information is kept. Now that becomes that storage. So all this data is fed into those servers, which are specifically used for taking care of this data. And then behind that, we have this storage area network where all this data is fed into there. So that is the storage area network. So I hope this part is clear. Any doubts on this one? Hello?
Yes, yes, clear, clear.
Okay,
So
cool.
I would say, like, others can also ask like any doubt, like Sirisha, Rajan. If you guys have any doubt, please you can ask so that session will be very interactive.
Yep. So the reason why this is a very basic thing. So this is there's no technical. We have started in technical. We can have a to-and-fro conversation. When you have that conversation starting, so it makes more interesting. You say certain things. Later down the time, we are on more technical aspect. Then that's where we can split. Initial theory, and then we talk about the doubts that you have. So I hope this part is very simple, and you're already aware of all things are happening, right? So there is so how do they connect each other? So when we are talking, right, we have campus here, we have man here, we have van here. Now how are they connecting each other? That's the second interesting part, right? Have you thought about it? What are the mediums, how these are getting connected together? Anybody can come and let me know. So Basava, you're already a desktop support engineer. I'll pick you, man. So let me know what 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 according to you know how the connection is happening. What do you think? How this connection is happening?
Which one, sir?
So as you said, like we
That
have campus area network, we have metro man area, then we have van,
wo-
right? So how the connection is happening? What are your thoughts on this?
means we are using WAN connections. Means it's a communicating with cloud.
Yeah. So
Mm.
the first thing comes in mind is like we are connecting it via wire, Ethernet cable, right?
Yeah,
We have Ethernet
yeah,
cables. So I hope
yeah,
everyone has seen Ethernet cables, right? If not,
yes,
I'll just share, I'll just, how it looks like. Have you seen this thing?
yes,
So Basava will be knowing because he's working on a daily practice, right?
yes,
For
yes,
others, for
correct, sir.
their understanding, I'm just sharing this. So this is what we have, the cables that we are using. These are Ethernet cables, right? So ideally what will happen is we will have a switch, let's just wipe all these things. Let's see if we have a switch here. Okay, so we have this switch. So this is one particular switch that we are, okay, just asking. Let's see what we have. Yeah, okay, this one. So this is a switch, Cisco switch, right? Now, if you see here, Ethernet cable, see this Ethernet cable here. we usually connect our Ethernet cable to this switch, and then down we have this host connected, right? So ideally, that's what we are looking. I mean, even if you have Wi-Fi router at your home, you will be first thing you will see is like, okay, you have got a cable. Okay, we have a cable now, and we are connecting it on our Wi-Fi router, right? And with the help of that cable, you're connecting it to your PC. You're getting the internet. That's what you think, right? That's the only thing that you have. Now, in LAN, so LAN area network, how people are getting connected. One is the way that we already talked about. That is, we have this Ethernet cable, right? We are using Ethernet cable. Now, is there any other medium that we can connect in LAN apart from Ethernet connection? If I want to avoid an Ethernet connection, which
Means we
medium I'll
need to
use?
use access points.
Correct. We have access point, right? So I'll just take one picture of access point just for reference. So what is access point? What does it do? Any idea?
It will
Anyone? Feel
give
free to.
wireless connection.
Correct. It will give the wireless connection. Yes. So we have switch. We have a wireless controller here. Now people like me are getting internet by connecting one through one PC via this switch or an AP, right? So, okay, that becomes LAN. Okay, we figure out like we are connecting to the switch by Ethernet cable. We're getting the IPs. We're getting the internet. That's what we checked, right? Now, if it is AP, what will happen? You are connected to an SSID, or you might know when you turn on your AP, right? So you'll be seeing this specific screen like this Wi-Fi signal you see. You connect on it, then you get the internet. So that's the basic LAN environment that we have. It's pretty simple. The LAN is this. Now let's assume now this what do you say the specific switch. Now the communication is now on top. We are on MAN now, metro area network, right? So how the connection will happen in that case? Any clue? What do you think? What what will help us get internet in our enterprise network? What do you think? Anyone can come and say. Basava, what do you think? What will help us in getting WAN connection or MAN connection?
Firewall.
Sorry?
Firewall.
No, I didn't get you. Can you come again?
First
Your
we
voice
need
in
to
between.
take ISP.
Right. That's okay. ISP, that is. But which device helps you to, um,
To interact with
move?
firewall, you need to put it.
Firewall? Okay, that's okay. Um,
Router.
And also router
Correct.
and
Who said
switches.
that? Who said
Sirish.
that? Srisha. Hi, Srisha. Now I'm hearing your
Hi.
voice.
Yeah,
What
actually, I
happened?
have poor internet connection here. I'm facing internet issues, so that's why I'm unable to speak and unable to
Okay,
connect it
no
in
problem, no
time.
problem. No worries. Now, right, that makes more interactive session, right? So now people are speaking up. Good. Now, as Srisha said, we need routers. What does a router
Yeah.
do, right? So we have PCs connected here. I'll just keep it one square here. That is our PC. Okay, right? So we are connecting to this switch. One person is connecting to this switch, another person is connecting to this AP, right? Now we have an Ethernet connection with this router. Now this router is getting connected to other router in some other region, right? That's how the communication starts, right? You have many other routers which are getting connected with here and there, and then the traffic goes, right? So this is basically this is the basic overall and what is skeletal information that you're currently getting, right? We have PCs which is getting connected to a switch or an access point. Now your information is going to your router. Now maybe this router is present within the campus, or your ISP device is in some other route, I mean campus. Now, well, and then your traffic is going from one PC to this router and to the other router in other campus, and from there you have this ISP connection, right? So Basava said is correct that we need ISP connection to communicate with these routers. So this is what so all things, all are interconnected here. We have cablings here. So now when I said about Ethernet cablings, right, there is one more type of cable. I mean, fiber cables. This is also this should also be known. Most of the internet ISPs are providing this only. Have you seen these fiber cables in your house? No? Have you seen this cable, Sirsha, or
Yes, yes.
yes? So we have this yellow color cable. We
Yes.
will also be having orange color cable, right? Orange is usually the multi-mode. Ignore that for now. We'll focus on this one. So we'll in our environment or household environment, we are having one cable that is connected on like this, right? So these are fiber cables. Okay. So usually what will happen is Ethernet cables are something which has a limited capacity. So let's say maximum an Ethernet can Ethernet data traffic can go is with 100 Mbps. So what will happen if I need to go and use higher bandwidth usage, where the requirement is around more and you need, what to say, you need to, and the distance is long. So the only issue with this Ethernet cable is that you can maximum of 90 meters you can stretch. Okay. Now assume you have a connection which is 1 kilometer long. What do you think? What you're going to do? Because your Ethernet cable cannot be stretched beyond 90 meters, because after that your signal strength that is happening, signals transmission that is happening from both this a cable A and B end would be less. So that will be a problem. So in that scenario, we are using fiber cables. Okay, so as I shown here, these are fiber cables. So what is the any idea? What do you think? How come fiber cable is giving more distance to than other Ethernet cable? Any idea? Basava, what do you think?
Uh, no idea, sir, for this fiber cable.
Okay, Sirsha, is Sirisha or how it is? I mean, am I speaking correctly? Hello,
Sirisha.
she gone?
Yeah, Sirisha. Yeah.
Sirisha,
Hello.
yeah, Sirisha. Okay,
Yeah.
Sirisha. Okay. Now, so as I said, what do you think that why this fiber cable is having? We are using fiber cable on routers and ISP connection. What do you think? What is your point of view on this?
It is fiber cable is used for long distance.
Long distance, yes. What all things? What other things do you see that is good in fiber cable apart from long distance? Anything that is coming on top of your head, like okay, maybe this can be the reason. And no, you don't worry about right or wrong answer. You can say anything, right? Maybe that will add up the points that I'm trying to say.
No, at present in my mind, I didn't get anything.
Okay. Now, as I said, like the Ethernet cables are having less bandwidth capacity. Okay. If you are using normal Ethernet cable and the downstream usage is too much, what will happen is at some point of time the traffic will get choked, right? Because the capability is very less. Ideally, it's like 100 or 1000, or maybe 1 gig to a max. So, so based on when I'm saying 1 gig, do you have an idea what is 1 gig? That's coming to that point. What is 1 gig, or what is 100 Mbps? What is 100 MB, or 1000 MB? 1 gig. What it is? Any idea? Basava, Srisha, Rahul.
Speed, sir.
Speed. Okay.
Mm.
Is it speed or something else?
Data transfer, based on that much of speed to transfer the data.
Yes. So at what speed we can send the data is what is defined here. Speed is there. We are setting speed, that is there. But on top of it, we have the amount of data traffic in a chunk that you can give next hop. That is what it defines. Okay. So ideally, I'll talk about this tomorrow in detail, right? So ideally, what will happen is 100 gig port, 100 MB port. Okay, it will have a limit of 100 MB port. Beyond that, something happens, the interface gets choked. It is no, and people will start having problem accessing the internet or whatever it is. Now, with respect to until and unless if we use an SFP, right? So SFP, I'm pretty sure you might not be knowing SFP, and SFP module. So have you seen this SFP module ever? Any idea? So this SFP, I'm pretty sure you might not be knowing, just asking. So this SFP, right? This is something we are using it to connect on this. So you see this, right? There's a small cap here. You remove this cap and then you connect your fiber cable here onto our switch device. This SFP will be inserted onto our switch. You see this switch, right? Over it. Oh, yeah. This switch, right? We'll insert this SFP. So if I just zoom in here, it's a pretty bad image, I think. Yeah, you see this empty slot. One thing you can see here is that, we have this Ethernet connection here. All these are Ethernet connection, right? Now, this port, nothing is there inside it. What you do is you take this one of the SFP and then you insert inside this. Now, based on this SFP, if the SFP is supporting around 10 gig, right, or 100 gig or whatever the speed we have, we insert it in the switch, and then what we'll do is we'll connect the fiber cable here, and then we'll have this required bandwidth coming. Okay, so these are actually the layer 1 aspect. Layer 1 as in the physical aspect of the device we have seen today, right? So we have the switch, we have the SFPs, we have the fiber cables, we have the Ethernet cables. Fiber cables are used to connect, for long distance, right? Now let's see what will happen if we are trying to connect between two different regions altogether. So you said an answer, okay, we have fiber cables, we have everything. What will happen if we are having two different regions? Any idea? Rahul? Where did Rahul go? I'm not able to hear his voice. Basava, any idea? So these are geographically, let's assume this is India, this is UAE. How do you think India and UAE is communicating with each other? Of course, we cannot use fiber cable, right? We cannot use fiber cable.
Yeah, we need to use virtual connections. We need to create VPN.
Okay, don't tell about virtual connection. Wi-Fi is there. I also know Elon Musk has also deployed Starlink connection. We can directly have communication with internet. That's okay. But in general case, how are we connecting it? How the world is getting connected within each other? Any idea? And I mean, any random answer is fine. There should be a cable connecting it each other, right? How is that happening?
Yes.
Any idea? Have you heard about the submarine cables? Submarine cables? Have you heard of this submarine cable? What is this happening? Any idea? Have you seen this kind of thing? At least in the Discovery Channel? Anybody? I'm pretty sure. So you might have seen this. So these are actually the submarine cables that we connect between two different region. Okay. So there was one instance wherein India had 203 fiber cables, and out of that, one or two got disrupted because the internet disrupted because of the underlay submarine cable was damaged for some reason, and that was a huge news back then, right? So we know that two regions are getting connected using these submarine cables. Now, was this a new information or do you already know about this? Basava, Sirsha, and Rahul. Who do we have on the call? Let's see. Rajan,
Actually, we know that, sir. How it will work, we don't know.
right. So yeah, so everything uh, for each and every connectivity, so we have an underlay, that is the physical connectivity is required. So that's how it is. So if you see, right, entire country, so there is a specific team for it, they go and deploy these underlay cables, they work on it. Actually, this is called the transmission team actually. So if you have heard of this word transmission team, they are the one who take care of all these signals that is coming from point A to point B, right? And they fix all this kind of an issue. So this transmission team is the guy who is working on the fiber aspect of any issue that is coming onto it. So let's assume you are a network engineer, right? You had a fiber cut in your office or for your one of the ISP link. Now you will contact your ISP guys. Who are they? So what are they doing? They'll check the layer one from there, and layer one is what is it? The physical aspect of the point. They will check it, right? So who are the guys who check and sort this issue? They are the transmission guys. The transmission guys actually they check from where exactly. So you can also think in this way, right? So think like this: how these people are identifying where exactly the drop is happening. So usually what happens is in let's assume your Wi-Fi router, there is a cable cut. Now you raise a complaint with your local provider, you're screaming, you're yelling at him that my internet is gone, I'm not able to watch my Netflix, is that. And they say, okay, we raised your ticket, you got a ticket number, now they're working on it. They give you a resolution of 24 hours, half an hour, 1 hour. So have you thought about like, how these guys are isolating this issue, how they are finding this issue, where exactly it is getting dropped? So how they are doing is these transmission guys who are expert in this, they will have a small device what will they do? Which has the capacity to check these signals. Okay. Now let's assume we have. I'll just open Paint. We have. Okay. Okay. Now we have point A, B, C, D. Okay. Point A, and then point B, point C, point D. Okay, now we're connecting. Okay, now let's assume this is Basava's router. He's trying to connect to the internet, but for some reason he's not able to get the connectivity. Now let's assume that we have this link. Sorry, this link is down. This link is down for some reason. Fiber cut has happened. Okay. Now you're calling these guys, ISP guys. Okay. You call the ISP guy, they create a ticket. Now one person comes and is checking this issue. Okay. What is happening? He's checking. I'm bad in Paint. Okay, ignore. So this guy is checking. This is the transmission engineer. He is looking where exactly the drop has happened. So he will have a device. Okay, what we'll do is he will go here to this device and see if he's learning the signals. He's learning the signals or not. Okay, at this point, he will go and check if all the signals are good or not in this point. Now, okay, he sees like, okay, the signal is good here. Now he'll go here and see what is happening here. Is he getting the signals? We'll okay see, oh, we are getting the signals. Okay, so this part is good. Now this person will again check on this intermediate path. I will see, okay, if we have this signal strength or not. Or he says, okay, we have this signal strength. Now he comes here, he finds that, oh, everything is good here as well. From here, he will see, okay, I'm not getting a good signal back. So, okay, he checks it here. He goes here as well and sees, okay, what has happened here. And now we come to know there is a fiber cut here. Okay. And what will happen is these guys will have this fiber machine, what is the device name? Fiber cable patching machine. Have you seen this device? Someone is coming to your home and is fixing this, right? So they will have this device. If there is a fiber cut on this cable, they'll place this fiber cable on top of this. And this actually, let me open this. So what he'll do is he will have this two fiber cable. One he will insert here, one he will insert here, and then based on, you see this image, right? So when it is in correct alignment, it will have this patching done, and then that's how we fix the fiber cable issue. So so for each and every aspect on the layer 1 part, so we have a team who takes care of the cabling part. Okay, if you work in big data centers like Google data centers, they have a dedicated team who is managing all this physical aspect of the work. Okay, now there were so what is our work then? We as a network engineer, we are liable to make sure that all the configuration and all the policies that we need to deploy into our environment, right? All this is correct made or not. We are troubleshooting the issue. So what do you think the first thing when you raise a case with ISP, what these guys will be doing? They will first do a ping from this point to this point. Okay. And see, oh, am I able to get the ping or not? Okay, he's not able to get the ping. Okay. Then he will log in to this device and see, okay, I'm not able to ping. He'll log into this device and try to ping here. Then he'll come to know he's not able to ping. Okay. Now, when that happens, he gives this information to the transmission engineer or the field engineer. He'll goes that, and with the same practice that I mentioned previously, on each hop, he will check that. And once he finds where the exact drop is, he fixes that issue based on what I've shown you. Okay. So I believe this is plenty a mouthful, I think. And so any doubt so far? What do you think? Till what I have explained, just for the introductory aspect of it, do you have any doubts or any concerns that you feel like, okay, this part was not clear? It just was a basic thing. I don't think there will be much of a doubt that we'll be having, but still, just asking. This part of the process. Basava, Sirsha, Rahul, anybody? What, everyone is sleeping? Seriously?
No, sir. Actually, there is no doubt, sir, because there is a basic thing.
Yeah. Yes. So, like this, so this is the basic things. Like, so initial few topics that's what I said. Initial few topics is like to and fro. You can also be part of that conversation. So as I was mentioning, right, when the initial deep dive will happen, when we will start to know about how TCP flow is happening, how the connection is happening, how we know what is ping. Is it just I just mentioned a name, right? Ping. What is ping? Okay. What is trace route and what is the use of a trace route and what is Wireshark? A certain acronyms are there which we will pitch in. We'll get to know about it. That's when it will be more interesting. So until then, I expect that you guys have a to and fro conversation so that we make the class lively, right? All right. Sachin, anything from your end for the new folks that you want to highlight, or anything within the class, guys? Rajan, Abdo, Sirisha, Basava, do you want to highlight anything? We are here. You can let us know.
Yes, guys, you can let us know. According to me, session was very informative from the fundamental level. So, right, you can discuss your doubts right now. Anyone? I hope, Baswaraj or Sirisha or Abdu, you like the session. Anyone can speak, please, for a feedback.
Yeah, because based on your feedback only, if I need to change my way of doing things, I might need to change it because not necessarily the way I'm teaching, right? I mean, you might not be liking it, or maybe you might be liking it. So feedback will be helpful for us to, improve ourselves in terms of, teaching, because you are the one you are going to be the next network engineers or architects in the coming years. So that's why I am particular about this one, that when I'm trying to teach, I at least know that my guys are fully aware of what we are trying to learn. So that's why. If you're not comfortable, in this forum, you can directly reach out to Sachin and let him know, right, Sachin? And if
Yeah,
anything is there, you can mention him
yeah,
directly.
definitely. I'll discuss with them. But according to me, it was very knowledgeable session today. And tomorrow, same time, 9 p.m. we'll connect for the day one, we can say, right?
Yeah, this was day 0. Tomorrow we'll
Yeah,
have a much more interesting session. And yeah, let me know.
yeah.
All right
Okay.
then.
Yeah,
Thanks
sure.
Yes,
everyone, and hope you have a nice. Okay, it's already 10 p.m. You guys might be sleeping. Coming hours.
No.
All right then. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Vivek, sir. So
Yep.
good night,
Thank you.
everyone.
Yeah.